Nico Collins is another Texan on the top 100. So what you're going to hear is me editing some of the things out, but you're going to hear from an ex-teammate, and by ex-teammate I mean Rashan Gary, who he played with at Michigan, and you're going to hear from one of the guys who sees him twice a year, Zaire Franklin. Those are the two voices, along with some of the play-by-play of Nico Collins and what he did last year to hit number 32 on the top 100 list.
Hey! All right. Have fun, bro. Nico got a few touchdowns in him, right? Yeah. All right.
Stroud over the middle, touchdown! Nico Collins.
Back of the end zone, leaping grab, Nico Collins.
It's hard to win one-on-one against Nico. It really don't matter what coverage you're in or what type of help you have. He gonna find a way to get open.
He understands that the team needs him. He's just grown into, being comfortable with being that big playmaker for that team. It's crazy. He's 6'5", not a lot of wide receivers that big, moving how he is, and that aggressive.
Like, Nico Collins is the real deal. Deep threat, and you got to hit him. He's a big boy, so Nico like that. He's faster than you think he is. I didn't really recognize it last year. He's a lot better after the catch than I thought he was, too.
Nico Collins having a day and another Texans first down.
So that was Rashan Gary. The last voice you heard was Zaire Franklin of the Colts, sees him twice a year. And then at the very beginning, that was DeMeco Ryans talking with his wide receiver coach about Nico's got a couple touchdowns in him. So he missed time last year, was still very productive. I didn't know that this was the first time he made it. I thought he might have made it because of his season in 2023, but apparently the players were a little late on Nico Collins. But they put him up there very high this time around and made him the 32nd best player in the NFL.
Yeah, I think he's right in the neighborhood of CeeDee Lamb, right? I think he might be ahead of CeeDee Lamb on the
well, we know he's ahead of Tyreek Hill.
List.
The
precipitous drop from number 1 to like number 47
yes,
or whatever it was.
I'm sure he got 46 places worse over the course of one season. We haven't heard Jamar Chase's name yet or Justin Jefferson. Who else could finish ahead of him if CeeDee Lamb has already been mentioned? Because Nico
is 3 spots ahead of CeeDee Lamb.
So is Nico going to be the third best wide receiver in football according to the players? Who else besides Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson do you think they might rank ahead of him if they do at all?
I'm scrolling to make sure he's not already on this list, but Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay, that could be one.
I think that's probably it. He's probably top 5.
I would think so.
Do you think that he's a top 5 receiver in the NFL? I think him and Lamb is interesting.
He's the best big I don't know. Jamar Chase is big physically. It's like a physical receiver,
yeah,
but he's not
6 foot.
He's not actually big. I think Nico's the best big receiver in football. Definitely. I don't think anyone his size is as good as he is.
Yeah, and not just as a contested catch guy that you think a bigger guy like him would be, but I mean they mentioned it in the ranking that he's a good yards after the catch guy too. He's just as fast as the little guys and just as big as the big guys. So it makes him a tough matchup. It's really kind of at some points last year he was the saving grace of this Texans offense. Really, just get the ball to Nico Collins.
Yeah, he had a nice day yesterday in practice against the Panthers. It's partly thanks to the Panthers' lack of pass rush. If you go by what people saw, the day itself, Texans started out good offensively, then waned, and then got better. At the end, CJ threw a couple touchdowns, so Nico Collins will continue to be a part of what the Texans do. Number 32, getting some respect from the players, and that probably matters more to the players themselves than it might do to us, because sometimes players can be biased. Players got their own agendas, but if you are a player and you hear your opponents think that highly of you, I imagine it means something. So credit to Nico Collins for his run. He's going to definitely be the focal point of the offense so far, considering there are plenty of questions about the rest of the unit. Like how many guys are, because of the Joe Mixon questions about his health, you think about that offense. CJ, we believe in because we think he is more year 1 than he is year 2. And Nico, anybody else on offense as it stands right now, can you be confident in?
No.
Of the other 9? I mean, Christian Kirk is fine. he's had some health issues, but if he's on the field, he'll be fine. He's not a I would say a top player. He as a slot, he's going to be competent. He'll get open. He'll make plays, but I don't know that I see anyone besides CJ and Nico Collins as plus players on that offense right now.
Yeah, like true difference makers, unless it's someone, unless it's one of the rookies that surprises us. I really do think it is Collins and Stroud. I guess Mixon is the TBD on if he's healthy.
Yeah.
I think he will, healthy Mixon, I think, is in that mix. I think he's third, but I think he's one of the top, he's a true top difference maker for the Texans offense. But yeah, no, as it looks like right now, it's going to kind of have to be the Nico Collins and others show.
Yeah. I think if he's not one of the most targeted players in the NFL, it will simply be a product of that offense and maybe some of their inability to sustain drives. But I don't know who else CJ could possibly believe in on that roster on offense as it stands. Look, CJ's going to come out and be diplomatic and tell you he believes in all his guys, and in some ways he likely does. But when it matters most, it'll be Nico first, second, and maybe third if possible.